What's going on, everybody? We've got a really interesting World Cup slate here, and there are some strong angles once you start looking at the group situations, the team form, and what each matchup means in the bigger picture. Let's get into it. First up, England taking on Panama. England have already qualified for the last 32 thanks to results from the rest of the group, but there is still something to play for here because they can still finish top. That matters, especially in a tournament like this, where the path can change depending on where you finish. The knockout side of the bracket is not something you want to guess on later if you can help it. The big issue for England in this game is the injury situation. There are a few missing pieces, and that makes the depth conversation a lot more important. Even if the starting group is strong, the concern is what happens if this turns into a long, physical match and the team has to dig deeper than expected. When you don't have the same level of backup quality, that becomes a real factor. Still, Panama are already eliminated. They have no goals scored and 2 defeats from 2, so the pressure is completely different here. That opens the door for England to control the game and potentially rotate a little while still getting the result they need. England also have strong recent trends in the tournament, especially in terms of late scoring, corners, possession, and shots on target. The head-to-head history also matters. England beat Panama 6-1 in the 2018 World Cup, so there is already a strong precedent for England handling this matchup well. Panama have also not shown enough in this tournament to make me think they're ready to suddenly flip the script. For the side, England should be in control. My best pick is England to draw at halftime and win the game. That gives a little more value than just backing the straight result. I also like that not both teams to score, because England should dominate the key statistical areas and Panama have not shown enough attacking quality. My score prediction is 2-0 England. Next up, Croatia facing Ghana. This is one of those games where the group situation really shapes the betting angle. Depending on how the other results fall, there's an argument that finishing third may actually be the more favorable path in terms of the knockout route. That makes this matchup a little more interesting than it might look on the surface. Croatia have not exactly impressed me so far. They've gotten by, but they haven't looked especially convincing. Ghana, on the other hand, have enough in their profile to make this a live spot. There's a real possibility of a draw or even a victory here if the game opens up the right way. The context matters because both teams know the next step could be very different depending on how they finish. That can change the approach, and in tournament football, that can be everything. This is not just a simple group stage game, it has bracket implications attached to it. I'm not overly convinced by Croatia at the moment. They've been functional, but not dominant, and that gives Ghana a window to get something out of the match. If you're looking at the price, the value could actually be on the African side in this spot. My best pick is Ghana to win or draw. For the total, I'd keep it cautious, because the group situation may keep this from becoming wide open early. My lean is toward a result that keeps things alive going into the final group day calculations. Next up, Portugal against Congo. Portugal have really started to get going in this competition. After the early rust, they've shown more fluidity, more control, and a much stronger attacking rhythm. That matters because when Portugal are in sync, they become a very dangerous tournament side. Congo, though, have already made some history of their own. They scored their first ever World Cup goal at this tournament, which is a big moment for them. But they still need a win here to really keep their hopes alive. That makes this match a high-pressure one for them, because the margin for error is gone. From a betting perspective, Portugal look like the more complete side. The spine of the team is strong, the balance is better, and they've shown the ability to take control once they settle in. Congo have been competitive in spots, but this is a much tougher ask. Portugal also looked strong in their previous outing, and now that they're finding a better rhythm, I expect them to score a couple of goals again. Congo may make things annoying for stretches, but I still think the quality gap shows up. My best pick is Portugal to win. For the total, I like over 1.5 goals. My score prediction is 3-1 Portugal. Last game on the board, Argentina against Jordan. Argentina have already locked up the group, and that changes the approach a bit. When a team is already through, the intensity and rotation questions become much more relevant. That creates an opportunity for the opponent, especially one that has shown some fight in the group. Jordan have actually been respectable in the tournament. They've scored in both of their games, and they've even led in both of them as well. That's a strong sign that they haven't been overwhelmed by the stage, even if the results haven't gone their way. Argentina, though, are still Argentina. They're first in the FIFA World Rankings, and they've been very strong defensively overall. So this is not a spot where Jordan are suddenly expected to take over the game. But there's enough in their tournament performances to suggest they can stay organized and maybe make this awkward for stretches. One of the more interesting angles here is that Argentina do not need to force the issue. That can open up some value in alternate markets, especially if the game starts slower than expected. If they control possession without pushing too hard, it can create a different type of betting environment than the market expects. My best pick is Argentina to win, but the price is likely too short to be exciting. For the betting angle, I'd rather look toward Argentina to have over one offside and keep an eye on game state related ideas rather than forcing the straight money line. My score prediction is 4-0 Argentina. So here's the board for today. For the England and Panama game, I like England to be level at halftime and still go on to win the match. That gives us a little more value than just taking the straight result, especially with the group situation already secured and England still having enough quality to control the game without needing to force things early. I also like btts knowing that matchup because England should have the better of the chances and Panama have not shown enough attack to make me confident in both teams scoring. In Croatia and Ghana, I'm leaning Ghana or draw. This is one of those games where the group context really matters, and Croatia have not been convincing enough for me to trust them at a short price. Ghana have enough in their profile to make this a live spot, and I think they can at least avoid defeat if they stay organized and keep the game manageable. For Portugal and Congo, I like Portugal to win. Portugal have started to settle into the competition and look more fluid now, while Congo still have a lot of work to do to stay alive. I also like over 1.5 goals in that game because Portugal have the stronger attacking profile, and once they get into a rhythm, they should be able to create enough to get us past that number. In Argentina and Jordan, I'm backing Argentina to win comfortably. They've already secured the group, and they're simply the stronger side overall. That said, this is not a game where I love the straight price, so I'd rather focus on the game state angle and take Argentina over one offside. With a different attacking setup and a team that should have plenty of the ball, that number makes sense as a way to get value from the matchup. That's the card. The biggest edges here come from group context, tournament motivation, and the quality gap between the stronger sides and the teams trying to stay alive. England should control the matchup, Portugal look like they're finding their best rhythm, and Argentina are in a spot where the straight result price is too short to be the best way to play it. Overall, this is the kind of slate where the smarter move is to keep it simple, trust the team strength, and look for the better prices instead of forcing every result. So that's the board. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who's betting these games tonight. It helps the channel a lot, and it lets me keep bringing you these daily picks and breakdowns. And I'll catch you in the next one.